All right, so the next thing we want to talk about is the group by clause. Now, the group by clause is one of those clauses in SQL that has extreme utility, and it's actually very easy to use. It often is coupled with your aggregate functions like the sum, the averages, and so on. And what it does is that it helps us to actually contain a full report with multiple different values, but not separate values. And what I mean by that is simply this. If we look at this order line table, you would see that the order number 12491 gets repeated twice. Similarly, 12498, we see that it is repeated twice. Now, this is fine because these are separate. These are separate orders, in a sense. These are separate transactions because each transaction is coupled with a part number. So if you look at 12491, it is BT04 coupled with 12491 BZ66. But what if we did not want to see this 399 and this 149? What if we wanted to add these two together? Here is where the group by statement occurs. So select order underscore number, comma, sum of the quoted underscore price from order underscore line. Now if we do this, you're going to get an error. The error being, if we look at this order line, there are so many different order numbers that we cannot have a single sum, and SQL does not understand how to organize this. So in order for us to organize it, we need to use a group by condition. Group by order underscore number. So now once we group it by the order underscore number, what it's going to do is it's going to add up these 12491s, and it's going to add up these 12498s, right? So if we look at it, here you can see 12491 is only repeated once, and we get 549. 12498 repeated once, and we get 125.70. So just to look at it, 125.70. Let's just see if that is the actual addition that we would have. So if we were to do that, we have $25.99.80. So select, well, we're not selecting anything, right? So if we were to add these up, you should get about 125.70, right? So essentially what this query does is that it helps us to organize our data. Now you can group by multiple different things. Now it's not really going to make much sense, but you could actually group by, let's say, the part underscore number as well. But in order for us to do that, you actually do have to have the part underscore number here. If you don't have the part underscore number, it's not going to work. If we do that, we'll actually get back the original table that we got. And the reason for that is because what it's trying to do is it's trying to group the 12498, but because there are two different part numbers, it will separate it out. But let's just say that you did not have that scenario. The reason why I'm demonstrating this is that it will group by this first, and then it will group by this, right? Now the group by condition is always after a where condition. So let us say we wanted to select the customer underscore number, the part underscore number, and the average. Let's do quoted underscore price. We have to change this because it's an average. We'll have to change this into numeric as the average underscore price. From, we have three tables. The part number will connect with the we have three tables. The part number comes from the order line table. So the order line table will connect with the orders table, which is you'll only have two. You'll only have two tables. Sorry, you'll only have two tables that you're connecting with. So you'll have the order line table, which will connect with the order table on the order number, and that allows us to get the customer table. So there's no need for this C over here. Let's just do O in this case. I was looking directly at the query, but that did not make much sense. So let's do from the O orders table, orders O, comma, order underscore line L, where O dot order underscore number is equal to L dot order underscore number, group by the O dot customer underscore number. And then because we have this part number, so if I did this alone, it should not work, right? Because you have the part number that has to be included inside of here. So now we can do L dot part underscore number. So now if we do this, let me round this off actually. Round, open parentheses, let me do a comma 2, all right, so to make it a little more presentable. So if I do this, you can see the average quoted price per customer number. The problem is because we have this part number inside of here, we are always going to repeat that, right? So if I were to remove the part number from here, and obviously I'll have to remove it from here as well, you might end up seeing something that makes more sense. So if I do this, you can see, okay, 124 on average, basically their quoted price on average was 195, 522 on average was 259. If I were to change this into a sum, so let's do sum quoted price. I don't need numeric because I actually do not want to close it in this case. All right, and let's do total price. So how much did a person spend in total based on all the orders that they have? Here we can see 124, whoever this person is, ended up spending $391. 522 spent $777. So let's just do a couple of things again, right? So we also want to concat the C dot last underscore name, comma, put a comma and a space there so we can see who it is that actually bought. Let's do first underscore name. I actually have to put a C in front of this. Let me put this in a different line, and this should be as name. Put this in a different line. I'll have to do name in this case, and I'll also need the customer C. So I'll do and C dot customer underscore number is equal to O dot customer underscore number. So if I do this and I run it, so now you can see that we have the customer number, we have the name, Samuel's Anne, Daniel's Tom, and so on. In comparison to if we had this entire thing over here, which had 9 records, because we're using a sum and we're grouping by the customer number, here you can actually see the customer, whoever they are, and how much they spent in total. All right, so this is how you would use the group by in this case. By the way, if I were to try to do this, I don't think it'll work, so I would have to use that name that I have there. It actually does work. Sorry. So that actually does work. So you, in this one, you can either use the pseudo name that you gave it or the new name that you gave it, or you could use the entire parentheses as you'd like. So this is how you would use group by in this case. And obviously, let's say we wanted to order it or sort it. So let me put this back as name, right? Because I don't like how it looks. I can do order by, and here I can order it by the total price. So let me do total underscore price. Okay, so now we can just basically see a particular order. So who has the least in terms of who spent the least and who spent the most. So this is one aspect of how you would do group buys. Now another thing is, what if we had a condition, right? If we had a condition inside of here, we would have a specific clause known as the halving clause. And the halving comes after the group by. I'll do the halving in the next video because there are a couple of things we would need to talk about when it comes to using halving.